Tank crew. All right. So, kind of funny. I actually got into IL-2 Great Battles because of Tank Crew. I used to play flight sims a lot, and then I kind of got out of them a little bit. And I was playing stuff like World of Tanks and War Thunder, which a lot of people do. And this is several years back on my PlayStation. I was looking for something that I could play offline, where I could, run around in the tank and a little bit more realistic, where you're in the tank and stuff. So I found Tank Crew, and it happened to be on sale because the IL-2 stuff is always on sale. I was like, well, that's pretty good timing. So I went ahead and picked it up, and it looks good. Of course, it's got all your IL-2 stuff. So if you haven't messed around with it, give it a shot. I think in the default game, you can play in a couple of tanks, and they're like, I mean, IL-2 doesn't have the high fidelity models like when they talk about that in like DCS, but I think the free tanks that you can get into are very basic. The interiors don't look as good, the exteriors don't look as good. I don't think they have as many commands and controls. It's just kind of a basic that lets you have the feel. So check that out. I've never messed with it, so I'm not sure. Since, like I said, the first thing I got was Tank Crew. So, anyways, that's the Tiger that we're looking around inside the hangar there. Yeah, so it comes with two scripted campaigns, one for the Germans, Last Chance, and one for the Russians, Breaking Point. And both of these are based on the Battle of Kursk, the biggest tank battle the world's ever seen. So we are going to be doing Last Chance, the German one, mainly because I like Tigers. So let's give it a shot. Last Chance. As always, we'll leave this on the screen, and you can pause it, read through it there. Mission 1, Big Plans. Same thing. We'll get this kind of positioned. You can hit pause and read through it here. Okay, so July 6, 1943, 4 in the afternoon. We are in the 2nd Panzer Regiment of the Panzer Grenadier Division Das Reich. Combat mission. The defeated enemy units are retreating northward, constantly trying to counterattack. The 6th Company is ordered to support the tanks of the 5th and 8th Companies, fighting north of Luchki, and then strike in the direction of Sabachevinsky Kurator. And kind of like in my other campaigns, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the German and Russian towns and names and things. Call sign of the commander of the 6th Company is Puma 1. Call sign of the commander of the 1st Platoon is Jaguar 1. And we are Wolf 1. Additional instructions. You command the 2nd Platoon of the 6th Company of the 2nd Panzer Battalion. Follow the tanks of the 1st Platoon northward, following the orders of the company commander. All right. Well, we don't need the bombing assist on. All right. And then start. All right. So, obviously the tanks operate in a much smaller area than the aircraft. The maps, this should be well, this is the custom, the tank battle at Kursk and all that. So this is a map specifically for the tanks. So everything on here is supposed to be destructible and all that as far as buildings and things go, and you can knock trees over and all that. You can play the tanks on any of the maps, and some of the multiplayers, I know Finnish specifically has tankers and stuff that run around on there doing things. And I've heard about, if you're not on this particular map, there's like invisible walls or there's trees you can't knock over. You'll get hung up on stuff because it's not 100% tweaked for tanks. Anyways, we operate in a much smaller area, and I'm assuming that's what the black border here is. This is our combat zone. So it's not going to be like with the aircraft where we take off from here and fly all the way up here and all the way back. Although I'm not sure what this big, huge box here is. So I don't know. I will stop assuming here. Let's just do our setup. So it looks like we're in a Panzer IV Ausf G, which is, yeah, the Panzer IV with the armor skirts hanging off the sides. Give a little extra protection. Looks like we can take those off, which I'll leave them on. You can take, it gives us an assortment We've got armor-piercing high explosive, straight-up high explosive, and of course machine gun rounds. It looks like there's some Sabo rounds. Are these different HEs and stuff like that? Looks like some different rounds. I don't know enough about it yet to know the difference, so I'm just going to stick with the stock ammunition loadout. They got our fuel locked, 80%. I'm good with the numbers here. You know, I know it's in the fall, so I don't want to go with snow. I don't think I have any customs loaded up. There are some custom tank skins out there. And we will accept. Let's open this back up again and see. I'm used to seeing, you know, the waypoints and all that. I guess we'll just give it a start and we'll find out. Yeah, maybe a little cinematic here. We do. All right. So we are inside a Panzer IV.
Hier Puma 1, Panzermarsch.
So he said tanks forward. I'll get everything running here. I am using Track IR currently. VR is really cool in the tanks. I will try to have my VR set up for the next missions we do on this. Got a compass over there, another visor. We are ready. I am going to switch to the commander position. Which I think is here. We're going to open the canopy. And looks like we need to get moving. So we're going to do F3, movement by mission. Let's do that and see what that does to the platoon.
Wolf 1 an alle. Geplanten Weg fortsetzen.
Hopefully they will come with us. Yeah, there they go.
Der Folge, der Sturm. Schweres Artilleriefeuer aus der Gegend nördlich von Konzivka. Ich frage nach Luftunterstützung.
Sturm. Hier Geofalke, verstanden. Die Gruppe nähert sich an.
So you work the throttle as commander. There's some BF 109s up there. But since I told them to move per the mission, I'm assuming it's kind of like autopilot. In fact, why don't we... I don't see... TechnoChat didn't do anything there. Let's look at the map. So I'm assuming, yeah, we're going up here. There we go. Yeah, so you kind of drive. You can drive from the commander's position.
Puma 1, der Sturm. Verteidigen Sie die rechte Flanke. Der Feind bereitet einen weiteren Gegenangriff vor.
Oh. Ah. Got artillery coming down around us. Got some tanks already taken out. Ah, that gives you an idea of all the stuff sitting out there. But I don't want to use all that. I was getting used to not having it flying, so I want to try to do the tanks without it as well. We'll see how being able to see tanks, 1,800 yards out work. I'll slow down as we start approaching the lines here.
Ich sehe Panzer in Kompaniestärke. Auf 12 Uhr.
Now we better hurry up, get up there to the other tanks. Ooh. A little different being on the ground after doing all the flying. It's been a long time since I messed with the tanks. And mostly I've just done the quick battles to kind of set up the keys. I'll start slowing down here. See if our other guys stop or if I have to tell them to stop. They stopped. Okay. I want to switch to the gun. There they are. They look way out there. This is kind of cool. You actually adjust your oh, I gotta play with the mouse. Now it's what did he say? Did he say 1,500? Oops, shoot. Didn't actually look at the reticle there. Now the mouse is way too sensitive. They're not sensitive enough. Okay, gotta move that up a little bit. Ooh. That looked like it bounced on him. That looked a little short. Ooh, he blew up. I don't know if I actually got him or if he just blew up because he was already on fire. Let's see if this guy's at the same range. Distance 1,200 meters. That looked like that went over him a little bit.
Der Sturm, der feindliche Angriff wurde zurückgeschlagen. Nummer 1, danke für die Unterstützung. Machen Sie weiter mit Ihrem Auftrag.
Panzer, stehend, auf 12 Uhr, Entfernung 1100 Meter.
Sturm, Ihr Nummer 1 bestätigt. Jaguar 1 und Wolf 1. Machen Sie weiter mit Ihrem Auftrag.
Telling us to proceed with our mission.
Halten Sie Position.
Okay.
Puma 1, hier Jaguar 1, bestätige. Wolf 1, folgen Sie mir.
Now I was using mouse control on the turret, and it was way too sensitive earlier in a quick battle, so I turned down the sensitivity and I got it too unsensitive, I guess. It was very slow there. Now as far as driving the tank, I'm actually using a joystick, my HOTAS, the throttle for forward and reverse. I do have my rudder pedals, and I think I might put like maybe the turret on the rudder pedals. Oh. They're following us anyway, so that's good. I actually use for the range there, I've got a couple little radial dials on my throttle that I was using to adjust that further in and out. So that was pretty cool to be able to use those for once. One of the few times I've been able to use them. I guess I left my commander standing out in the open that whole time. He should have closed his hatch. I definitely want to do this in VR. When I first got my VR, I played around with a little bit, and it's very cool to stand here on top of the tank and see the size of them and the wide open spaces and everything. And then when you're down inside, it's really cool to look around, and it's just, you know, it's VR, so it's just very natural. You want to look at this gauge, you just look at it. The track IR is decent, but, you know, not the same. So once I get all the controls set up the way I want, kind of get used to the game, I'll start doing VR. Probably about mission 3, maybe. A lot easier to drive from the commander position than down inside looking through that little slot. Looks like we're all Panzer IVs. Some have the armor skirts, some don't. Slow down a little so I don't pass the lead platoon here. I'll be curious when when Normandy releases, they've teased infantry. So right now there's trucks and stuff to shoot at with like the regular machine gun, but there's very little infantry. You know, the crews will pop out of the tank and you can gun them down. But I mean, they're kind of done at that point anyways. So it'd be interesting to see in Normandy if we A, get new tank missions, and B, if there will be infantry that we have to worry about with like bazookas and Panzerschrecks and things like that. That'll be a cool addition if they get that in there. They are working on a couple more tanks. They're going to add the Stug 3 tank destroyer for the Germans and the Churchill for the Allies. Currently it's basically Panzer IV and the Tiger, and you got the Sherman, a KV-1, the T-34. I think there might be a couple more. And there's just the 2 official campaigns. I haven't looked at community scripts yet to see what people have done up on their own yet. So Looks like maybe, oh, okay, there's stuff up here in the corner. All I see are trees. Oh, we're still going. Die
Erfasst Ziel. Panzer. Stehen. Auf 12 Uhr. Entfernung 1100 Meter. Panzer sprengen. Ziel erkannt. Erfasse Ziel. Stellung. Auf
1100
11 Uhr.
meters.
Entfernung 1100 Meter. Spreng.
I have no idea where that round went.
Spreng. Geladen.
Oh, okay, 1100 is the bottom number there. Yeah, see, there's some infantry. See them running? Crews from those anti-aircraft, or artillery pieces. I'm not sure up here in the trees if those are things we have to worry about or not. He's shooting at something down here in this valley, but I don't see. Okay, yeah, these are things that we were shooting at. I don't know where those are hitting. I don't have any tracers, which is weird. I'll move up.
Ziel zerstört. Ziel erkannt. Erfasse Ziel. Luftwagen. Stehen. Auf 12 Uhr. Entfernung 1300 Meter. Panzer sprengen.
Are we 621? We are 621. Get up here on this little ridge. We might let the AI take a couple shots. When we get up here on this ridge, I think I will put my commander inside before he gets himself killed. Well, everybody's moving, so I guess we'll keep on moving. This is why I'm only in charge of the 2nd platoon. I don't know what I'm doing. And of course, as you've seen, there's all the different positions. The driver, the radio machine gun operator, the cannon operator, the main gun, and then of course the commander. You can actually have real people in those positions. So if you had 2, 3, 4 friends, all with tank crew, you all can man a tank together. Where did they go? Oh, they're all down there. Let's go. Oh, okay, so my zooms still work. Some of the key mappings, you know, it shares with with your aircraft settings, and of course it's got its own unique ones as well. In fact, why don't we show you that just kind of real quick. Pause, the map key worked, but if you go into your settings here real quick, key mapping, see there's tank controls, so they've got their own, their specific unique things are in here. turning on lights, horns, the turret controls, your gun sight ranges, things like that are all in there. I don't like how my gunner is targeting our lead over there. I don't really know why I keep looking behind me. I guess I'm just used to checking 6 all the time. Getting a little bit better at that in the airplanes. It will be interesting to see if there's missions where, like, you know, you start getting bombed by bombers and attack planes and things like that. I want to get up here. See if I can. Whoa, okay. 400 meters. Hello. I didn't even see this tank sitting right here. Oh wow, it hit way over there. Interesting. But as you saw, I blew up that one house, so that was pretty cool. They're shooting at some stuff. Blew up a truck somewhere.
Puma 1 hier, Jaguar 1.
Ah, mission
Auftrag
complete.
ausgeführt.
Germans keep pouring out of this house. Or Russians.
Hier ist Jaguar 1, Ziel zerstört. Hier ist Jaguar 1, Ziel erkannt. Erfasse Ziel. Lastwagen. Stehend. Auf 3 Uhr. Entfernung 100 Meter. Spreng. Hier ist Jaguar 1, Ziel zerstört.
We are going to go through the town here. Even though it says mission complete. There we go. It's a little hard to steer with not having the reference of the front end. Still shooting at some stuff over here. I really need to be buttoned up. This is how commanders get sniped. There's a bunch of trucks. Angle a little bit in case there is something right around here. I don't want to get killed by my own guys. Whoa. Well, the AI gunner took care of the job. I don't know what he was shooting at, but must have been something in there. It does seem like we've stopped shooting. Just blew up a truck. It's like the mouse is like about right for side to side, but boy, you try to fine tune it, and it's kind of on high speed. Might as well. Ammo's free, right? I don't know if it matters blowing up the trucks, but I'll have to look up how to load the gun. Alright, yeah, I think we're done here in this village. We spent a lot of ammo, blew up a lot of stuff. Alright, so okay. All right. Excellent. We'll go ahead and finish the mission. All right. 2 transports, 1 medium. I thought I blew up a little more trucks than that. So maybe only trucks with people in it, or maybe mission-specific trucks, and blowing up scenery doesn't count. So there was all this stuff. Oh no, those are all friendlies. Blown up by Tu-34s. That's a whole platoon of them there. Okay, then we got down in here. I blew up a truck. I blew up a truck. MG42 took out a Panzer IV. Howitzers destroyed by Ju-87 Stukas. Ausf G took out a machine gun. Machine gun, what's over here? LA5s destroyed. Way up here, probably another LA5. Yep. Okay. Said I had a medium kill on here. I don't see it. But that's alright. Finish. Alright, so that was mission 1, big plans. Next time will be mission 2, shaky balance. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time in a tank.